Hi, I'm Neil of Team Teacher, teaching, living and raising a family in China. Today, I'm going to look at the top tips for new teachers in China. Let's check it out. Tip number 1, have rules and a classroom management system in place and be consistent. You cannot rely on having a local Chinese teacher as an assistant here. Sometimes you have them, sometimes you don't. Most often the case is that at the beginning of the semester you will have a teacher, and then once the students are settled, then you will be left by yourself. So it's imperative that you get the students on the same page as you with regards to your rules and your classroom management system. Personally, I have a rules slide that I put up at the start of the lesson that's in both English and Chinese, and we go over the rules together. I keep all my rules short and simple, and I've got an action that I can do as well so they understand, and the more I do this, the more it gets ingrained. I have a classroom management system where I do a point system and reward students in teams for good behavior, and I deduct points for bad behavior. A classroom management system and rules are necessary for students to be able to understand what you want and what you don't want. Number 2, always back up your lessons. Don't put all your lessons and your material on one USB, otherwise you will inevitably lose it, or even get stolen. It can happen. Make sure that you don't keep everything on cloud-based storage as well if that's what you're going to be using in your class. The internet here is notoriously bad, especially in classrooms, so it's better to have a USB. But make sure that whatever materials you have on that USB, you have backed up on a hard drive or your computer at home. Always, always, always have a backup. It's also good as well to have a couple of backup games and songs that you can do if your school has a power outage and you need to do something offline. Could be something as simple as head, shoulders, knees and toes. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Pictionary, charades, any of these sort of games that you can bundle together with vocabulary that you're supposed to be covering. Number 3, and one that I feel is most important, is to look after your health. You cannot teach and therefore earn money if you don't look after your health and you are constantly sick. If you're having to call in sick all the time, it's going to reflect badly on you and your school. Make sure that you have a healthy diet, that you take your vitamins, that you exercise and you don't drink or smoke excessively. And make sure after every class you use some hand sanitizer or you go to the washroom to wash your hands. Number 4, play to your strengths. As a new teacher, it's going to be difficult for you because you're going to have nerves of the new experience and no previous experience for you to fall back on for games, lessons, and how things should work. Often with the TEFL courses, especially those that are online, there's no classroom component. So it's a completely new atmosphere. Even stuff like CELTA and Cert TESL, you get an in-class component, but it's only maybe a month at tops, where these teachers back home that are certified will generally have a whole year of teacher training where they're observed and they are being helped by other superior teachers. New teachers teaching English, ESL, especially in China, might just be put in a classroom. So, how can you deal with that? One way is to play to your strengths. So for example, if you're a musical person, if you play guitar or you play violin, whatever, use songs in your class. play your instrument and sing songs together with the student. If you're quite techie, make some beautiful PowerPoints, make some cool videos. Think about what you are good at and adapt and use that in your class. It will at least give you something for you to fall back on as you've got previous skill with that. Number 5 is continually learn. Listen to criticism, take the comments on board and try what they say. Try new teaching techniques and methods. Seek growth and you'll improve as a teacher. Don't worry, everyone's new at some point with teaching. But if you focus on learning and trying to improve and adapt your style, your methods, your classroom from learning from other teachers, from learning from videos, from learning from your students, you'll eventually get to the point where you feel confident and competent. Even if you don't want teaching as a career, learning to teach will have a great effect on all avenues of your life and skill set outside of teaching. You'll develop public speaking skills, time management skills, planning skills. So many skills you'll find in teaching are necessary. And one of the great benefits is you will be able to acquire these after spending time teaching. I hope you found that video informative and entertaining. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Bye bye.